Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Sam Shames, co-founder of Embr Labs. Thanks for joining us, Sam.
Thanks so much for having me, Fred.
Really interesting company. I think you're a spin-off from MIT, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so my co-founders and I, we started working together in a student project in the summer of 2013 to look at how temperature can help people feel better and help buildings save energy. And after winning the prototyping contest in October of 2013, the idea went viral. People started emailing us saying, when can I buy this? And the rest is history. So we incorporated a company, and 6 years later, here we are, and tens of thousands of units shipped. So it's been an exciting ride.
Well, describe for us what the Embr Wave is. And this is spelled EMBR, we should tell people. So tell us what the Embr Wave is.
EMBR. Yeah, so Embr Wave is a personal thermostat that helps you use temperature to feel better. So it's worn on the inside of your wrist, like a watch. I'm wearing one now. And with a push of a button, you can start either cooling or warming the temperature-sensitive skin on the inside of your wrist. And what our patented technology does is it uses these thermal waveforms, so these sensations of warmth and cold, to help you feel better overall just by changing this one spot. And our customers are using the product to help be more comfortable in the office or commuting, but also to help with things like sleep and stress. And what they've really found and what we've really found is that temperature is a core part of our well-being. And so we're really pioneering what we call thermal wellness.
Well, describe for us how this works from the physical and mental point of view.
Absolutely. So it starts with how exactly does a device generate sensations of warmth or cold? How is it the device itself is heating and cooling your skin? Then I'll talk about how heating and cooling this one part of your skin helps you feel better overall. But to start with the device, we use a material called a thermoelectric module, which is a semiconductor material to actually change temperature. And the material is engineered such that when you run electricity through it, one side gets hot and one side gets cold. And by controlling the flow of that electricity, you can control how warm or cold the device gets. So we've engineered this all into a device, the size of a wristwatch that lets you, the wearer, push a button for either warmth or cold. So then the next question is, how is it that warming and cooling this one part of my skin makes me feel better overall? And the answer there is in the interactions of your thermoreceptor nerve endings and your brain. So your thermoreceptor nerve endings are the nerves on the skin that process temperature. So when you touch anything warm or cold, it's those nerve endings that are firing and telling your brain, this is a warm sensation and this is a cold sensation. And the first thing to note is, those receptors, they tell you how warm or cold it feels. Is it very hot? Is it cool? Is it very cold? And also then, is it a pleasant or unpleasant sensation? So one thing that's really important to note about Embr Wave is because you can control how warm or cold it gets, you can always find a level of sensation that's most pleasant, just like your shower. So that's kind of one element of how it works, is that we're able to let you, when you're uncomfortably warm or cold, feel a sensation level that's very pleasant, not unlike, wrapping your hands around a hot drink on a cold day. The next element is that those same thermoreceptor nerves, they also activate regions of the brain related to thermal regulation and things like social emotion. So ultimately, the stimulation of the hot and cold sensation on your skin is processed by multiple regions of your brain to help you feel better overall. So in some sense, we like to say that, this is hacking the brain.
Well, tell us where you go from here with this. So you're going to be at the Consumer Electronics Show. Is there a new model coming out? What are you showing off?
Sure. So this year, we're going to be actually featured at AARP's booth at CES. And that's because earlier this year, we received their Innovator in Aging Award. And that was because our product has really found a lot of traction in people experiencing hot flashes as a side effect of menopause. So that's typically women 45 to 65. So what we're really excited about is to continue to get the word out to that demographic and collaborate with partners like AARP who really can help those consumers really can help those consumers trust a new company like us. I think what we're trying to show with that, our presence at CES, and now with this product being on the market for, entering its third year, is that, while we're a startup, we've really built a high quality product. We've built one that works really well and that consumers should feel comfortable buying and using. So I think that's one of our big goals for the show, is to, kind of continue to get our name out and build brand awareness.
Any thoughts about where you want to take this from here, going forward as well?
Yeah, so earlier this year in September, we closed a $6 million Series B financing led by Digitex Partners, a Silicon Valley-based venture capital firm that invests in digital health and wellness. And so what we're excited about with that financing is building on the kind of traction we've seen with customers and saying, how can we show and kind of improve the effectiveness of the technology for things like hot flashes, for things like sleep, for things like anxiety. So we've really proven in 2020 from a consumer perspective, or rather in 2019, so over the course of this year, we've really shown that our customers are using this product in a variety of ways to improve their well-being. And what we really want to move forward is how can we kind of further make that, how can we make that even more effective, build out third-party research that shows it, and of course, ultimately, we want to release a second-generation product.
Any thoughts about the timeline for that, or is it too soon?
Still in early stages in development. So, I think our goal is to make sure first and foremost that we release the best possible product, and we take into account everything we've learned from this year. So, as a result, we don't want to give a definitive timeline right now, as we'd rather wait a little bit longer to make sure the product is really as good as possible.
Terrific. And we should say you are being sold around the world. Where can people find you online?
The best place to find us is our website, embrwave.com. That's EMBRWAVE.com. And we're also available in beta stores around the country. That's kind of a retailer that lets people demo a product. So if you live, I think, in San Francisco or New York or Austin or a few other cities around the country, you can actually try out an Embr Wave in person. And then the last place you can find us is the MoMA Design Store in New York City. So that was a pretty exciting milestone from this year when the MoMA called and said, you have a really innovative product. We'd love to feature you.
Terrific. Again, it's embrwave.com, EMBR-wave.com. Sam Shames, thanks for taking the time with us.
Oh, my pleasure, Fred. Thanks for having me.
Cooking with the power of the sun. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, here to tell you about the latest innovation from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. The GoSun Fusion has arrived using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. A really bright idea. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere, day or night, rain or shine. I love what Patrick and his team are doing, and so will you. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co to check out all of the company's products and innovations and use the code Techstination to save 10%. That's gosun.co.